daughter of Millicent Bailey, the youngest. And I thank you all for coming here. And I'll tell you something about my uncle. As a little girl, I remember him playing a different kind of music to entertain children. And maybe when I was 4 years old, I remember him playing the 12th Street Rag. Is that what it's called? 12th Street Rag? It was boogie woogie, jazz style, I don't know, but it was great. And through the years, when I would be rambunctious and unruly, he could really calm me down with his smooth style of playing. And that continues today, just hearing a video, or seeing his video, or hearing a recording on cassette or whatever. So I wanted to read the obituary for him. Robert N. Ross, Skeets, was born January 15th, 1926, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the second child and only son of Robert Lee Ross and Anna Virginia Ross. As a toddler, he exhibited not just the common curiosity of a child, but the exemplary talents of a musical prodigy. This would ring true in an unnatural progression of time and become his life's calling and destiny. He acquired the nickname Skeets from cousins who mimicked his pronunciation of mosquitoes, and the name stuck. Little Skeets had already landed his first job playing for a neighbor's house party at only 8 years of age and a student attending Orchard Knob Elementary School. He'd only had 2 piano lessons at that time with his first job. His sister Virginia was taking classes at 50 cents per lessons, which was pricey during the Depression era, and in deference to his family's finances of incurring additional expenses for him, he selflessly and nobly surrendered his music lessons, but kept vigilant as his sister was still being taught. Skeets practiced everywhere and at any time he could, anywhere there was a piano. He loved listening to the radio and had an uncanny knack for playing by ear. Young Skeets loved jazz, blues, boogie-woogie, swing, and barrel house music, and at an early age was well on his way to developing his own sense of style with flair. Skeets attended Howard High School and then proudly served his country in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. After his tour of duty and honorable discharge, he moved to Cleveland, Ohio. During one of his first stints as a nightclub singer and pianist, people remarked at his physical and musical resemblance to Nat King Cole. I heard that a few times around the room here today, too. At the time, Cole was just at the start of his rise to fame. Skeets loved Nat, and in his early days, he could effortlessly imitate him by just singing in his natural voice, which made him even more popular locally. He really admired Nat, and upon meeting his music idol for the first time, Nat marveled at their similarities as well. Still predominantly self-taught, through the years, his expertise at the piano only became greater. Skeets rose to prominence in the city of Cleveland, which so warmly embraced him. In downtown Cleveland's Terminal Tower Walkway Tunnel, a mural in caricature form depicts him on the piano. In addition to playing with the Skeets Ross Quartet, he played jazz with many other groups around Northeast Ohio. He enjoyed gigs with the Tri-C Jazz Festival, the Cougar Lounge, the Bop Stop, Cleveland's Stouffer Tower City Plaza Hotel, the Galleria at Erie View, and Nighttown, just to name a few. Skeets was a long-standing favorite for over 15 years here at the Renaissance Hotel in Cleveland's Public Square. Skeets was elegant, classy, sophisticated, and polished. He knew how to entertain and give a good show. A writer once said of him, "He looks as though he might burst from the sheer pleasure of playing." He had a phenomenal memory about almost everything. When people returned to hear him play, he could not only remember their faces, but he also knew their favorite request. He was a repository of information when it came to knowing all the songs of yesteryear: jazz, swing, Broadway, blues, pop, jingles. He loved music and remembered them all. If ever you'd need to refresh his memory, for a requested melody, he'd quickly get it in his head, take off with the tune, and soar with his own special style and flavor. Skeets expressed this gift as putting a little yeast in it and making it rise. He truly played with a pure heart from the very core of his being. In a news article, he was once described as a human jukebox. He possessed an endless, timeless, and tireless mental repertoire. Skeets not only entertained, but also composed music. He was very introspective, spiritually intact and connected, which enabled him to tap into his many personal experiences as the guide, vessel, and lighthouse of his soul. His beloved wife, Agnes Jean, AJ, preceded him in death in November 2009. Skeets fathered 2 daughters from a previous union, Anne and the late Roberta. Left to cherish his memory are his daughter, Ann Baker, grandchildren, Anna Johnson and Reginald Jasper Holloway, great-grandchildren, Jelana, Ibram, and Jasper, sister Virginia Bailey, and generations of family, friends, and devoted followers of jazz music and piano. Skeets was called home to glory on February 9th of this year and chose cremation with his final resting place aside his beloved wife AJ in Riverside Cemetery. He made his mark on this earth and touched so many lives. We, the family, thank him for his beautiful legacy, and we thank those who have expressed their condolences in so many ways in support of the family in his honor. May God bless him and all of you.